Yeah, that's right. I'm doing a third Aspinall video. What you gonna do about it? But in my defense, with Aspinall Fest in a couple days, like, what else are we supposed to talk about? Like, another Jon Jones Hasbulla video dropped, and I just feel bad for what Hasbulla's gonna see when Jon Jones stands up. But yeah, as excited as I've been for Aspinall to finally return, the closer we actually get to this fight, the more scared I become. And not because I don't think Aspinall's gonna win, because, I mean, if he doesn't win, then that's just going to be a reality that I, quite frankly, don't consent to living in. I'm so committed to picking Aspinall in this fight that I'm getting the tattoos like him. I'm growing out the shitty patchy beard like him. All I've got left to do is book a haircut. Okay, only thing left now is a trip to Turkey to get some new teeth put in. But even before I get my veneers done, at least you guys can stop saying how I look like a member of Fall Out Boy or Justin Bieber or Leafy is here or Jimmy Butler. So needless to say, my mental health is pretty much in the hands of Tom Aspinall this weekend. And as confident as I may be in Aspinall, I've been burnt way too many times to know, you know, there's no guarantees in this life, especially as an MMA fan. Especially as an MMA fan that's a degenerate gambler. And I just can't help but be suspicious of how good things are turning out right now. Like this month alone with Alex Pereira winning, Yuri Prohaska winning, Merab winning, Charles Oliveira winning. Like, MMA is never this kind. It's got me feeling as if they're building us up just to tear down our hopes at the end of the month. And I don't know who they are, but like, whoever they are, I'm on to you. And then add in the fact that nearly everybody's picking and rooting for Aspinall in this fight. Like, yeah, it was cute and all when they did a press conference in France and all the French people were booing Tom Aspinall. But when we're out of France, it's a little bit different, isn't it now? Sorry, I was getting carried away. I mean, Ciryl Gane is getting counted out so badly that even Daniel Cormier working for the UFC is directly telling Aspinall how shit the rest of the division is compared to him.
Run, you can go on.
Yeah, I know.
Be crazy. You can, like, change your life.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what is who outmade this fight? Sir, Chilton can't fight.
Who do you think's going to win?
Chilton. I don't know.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I'm all for glazing Tom Aspinall, but just, you know, just a heads up, if you're going to be discreet with what you're saying, maybe don't whisper it directly into a microphone, Daniel. And I can't even blame him for saying all that. I mean, I think the exact same thing, but it just feels like the most MMA thing ever for Ciryl Gane to somehow win this fight. And then there's my biggest fear of them all in MMA, which I don't know how to describe this, but Jon Jones has what I would call reverse karma, where the worse things he does in life, the more things seem to just go his way. I don't know how he does it, but he somehow does. And this might just be one of the last few chances to really stick it to him and his fans, because Tom Aspinall didn't bully the GOAT of the sport out of his own sport just to lose to Ciryl Gane. Granted, his fanboys are dumb as fuck anyway, so unless Tom Aspinall just rolling thunder KO Ciryl Gane in the first 2 seconds, they're gonna have some bullshit to say anyway.
Tom not only has to beat Ciryl Gane, who's an absolute fucking French nightmare, but he has to do it more convincingly than Jon Jones. He has to do it faster and more impressive. You have to beat him in under 2 minutes. And go.
But since we're comparing the Gane performances, I just have a question, you know, for Ciryl Gane. What the f is this? Don't get me wrong, I understand he's always been in good shape, but why is it when it looked like for the Jon Jones camp he was playing FIFA, whereas this one, he looks like a professional bodybuilder? So when Tom Aspinall beats this locked-in version of Ciryl Gane that looks like he could mog Larry Wheels, best believe I'm going to be running Tom Aspinall beat a motivated Ciryl Gane. Okay, Brendan Sharp, all right? And the Jon Jones fans watching, I see you watching. And if all of that wasn't enough pressure as me as a fan watching this weekend, they really stuck the final nail in the coffin with this one. But hey, you know, we've beaten France more times than they've beaten us in football, so, you know, that's just football heritage, you know. Though I'm still not over the fact that they may have, you know, knocked out England from the last World Cup, so I'm just going to need Aspinall to knock out Ciryl Gane to make up for that, okay? Especially considering the fact that if that also wasn't enough pressure, you know, they've also done this. I mean, I'm all for repping the flag, as you could genuinely tell. I just don't know who on the UFC graphics designer team decided to run a design through ChatGPT. I'm more than okay watching a British fighter lose a fight to the better man whilst wearing some British shorts. I mean, granted, I've literally seen it happen. So may the best man and nation win. Just not to the French. Granted, not as if I hate French people or anything. It's more so as if I just, you know, We are about to witness the two biggest and baddest fighters to come out of England and France, which is already one of the biggest rivalries in all of human history. If this was centuries ago, they'd be leading these nations into war. And you already know which one I'd be following in that war. The one that I look like the Temu version of. And I'd probably end up getting caught in friendly fire and dying quite quickly. So thankfully, we're in the modern era where I'm following him along by making YouTube videos. Please win. And as someone that knows Tom as well as I do, I know exactly how motivated he is to get one back over the French.
There's also kind of the English versus the France. We're about to get into a World Cup year. Do you feel any pride going up against a Frenchman?
I mean, I've just been to Paris a few weeks ago. And I wasn't getting much love there. That doesn't mean that I dislike the French at all. I'm just fighting a guy. It doesn't matter where he's from.
Okay, well, maybe I lied. But I mean, if we're going by what Aspinall has to say, then we know exactly how this fight's going to be going.
Ciryl predict win by decision.
Samesies.
What's your prediction? Yours?
Same.
Same.
Yeah, split decision win.
Yeah, just in case anybody couldn't pick up on it, he's being sarcastic. Oh, I mean, he's being sarcastic or incredibly honest, actually.
Oh no! I get 2 minutes in, I get really tired. So it's gonna be just me, not doing much for the next 4.5.
But whether Aspinall's being honest or not about the fact that it's going to go to a split decision victory, what I can promise is we have prepared our best to be ready for 5 rounds if need be. Who's we, you ask? Yes, I'm fighting myself on the team, and I'm proud of it. Though it is interesting to know that Ciryl Gane himself is unironically predicting a decision victory, considering he's going to have to be perfect for 25 minutes without getting punched really hard in the head, whilst not having to bottle it under pressure, even though he's pretty much known for shitting the bed when put under any kind of pressure. I mean, yeah, Ciryl Gane can style on all the fat ploddy heavyweights that look like they're moving underwater. But what happens when Aspinall runs chin first for a Gane jab and sends an absolute missile over it? It's giving coughing French baby versus British hydrogen bomb type of vibes, because the power that those hands possess, you know, along with my mental health, could just end the night at any given moment. I mean, sure, Gane may be the cleaner striker, but these narratives that he just clears on the feet is almost amusing, you know? It's almost as if it's completely dismissing Aspinall's speed and power, and the fact that he could just punch Gane really hard in the head, whilst also landing much more frequently with hands that, you know, aren't made of pillows. Though it's not lost on me on how good Gane could be, especially on the feet, when he's fighting the likes of Ngannou with his hands down, basically entering the Matrix, fighting perfectly until Ngannou just thought, F this, and decides to just take him down with no knees. And we could sit here and argue whether or not who's more powerful between Ngannou and Aspinall. That's, you know, that's neither here or there, really. Especially considering Aspinall is slicker, faster, and will have both knees fully functioning. Granted, you know, fingers crossed, hopefully. A lot more movement, feints, faking entries, and even if he does enter, willing to sprint chin first for a jab. Granted, if he does keep doing that, then, you know, he'll probably get knocked out eventually someday. Just that day won't be today. Unless I jinxed it, of course. But I think the only way Gane's going to be putting Aspinall away is if you give him a gun. And hey, if you want to give him a gun, I say shoot, go for it. Because best believe we are prepared for whatever you got. Granted, not as if he's going to even need the rifle, considering his jab seems to be sufficient enough. Which is just funny, you know, when they say he's won too much and as if his jab isn't enough to put someone away, or the fact that, I guess I must have dreamt the elbow that put Spivak down. I must have imagined it. And though I'm joking about Tom Aspinall just running for his jabs chin first and just completely dismissing the danger of Gane striking, mostly because if he does knock Aspinall out, I probably will vomit. Let's not forget the fact he uses head movement and rolls out of shots, even though he's been, you know, dangerously close to being put out before. I'm just obviously dismissing, you know, Gane's power for that. Please, dear God, don't make me jinx that. And though that style may use a lot of energy for him, if he does gas out, then, like, yeah, we're probably cooked. But as someone that's part of the team that I have fighted myself on, I can promise you, we are prepared. I really fucking hope we're prepared. And with all that considered, I'm just not one, you know, to be picking the bottle job point fighter that's going to be in the cage with possibly the most dangerous man to ever live. You know, but if you want to be a contrarian, hey, just, you know, go ahead. And of course, it's not all about the striking. There's also the grappling, although, like, do we really even need to get into the grappling, you know? It's almost as if we're arguing about which one of Bisping's eyes work better. So yeah, for the third video now, as you can already tell, I'm going to be going with Tom Aspinall. Really, what I'm trying to get at with this video is the fact that I don't ask for a lot in MMA. Actually, that's a lie. I ask for a lot, but I don't get a lot. I've had to watch many of my favorite fighters lose over the years in some of the most brutally painful ways possible. I've gotten many predictions wrong. Every prediction wrong. To the point where I've become known for being cursed and people actually asking me to make predictions based on who they want to lose and mad at me for even picking Aspinall in this fight. I get it. I'd be mad at me too. And listen, I get it. I'm a I probably deserve it. I'm not going to argue it. But you know who isn't a Tom Aspinall. And he doesn't deserve this punishment. And he doesn't deserve to be cursed. So all I'm asking you is, please do the right thing and let Ciryl Gane go unconscious. Because I know you're watching.
Sign up to my boy's YouTube channel. That is JG2. And for those who don't, you can do me a favor and you can bend the knee to King Triple C2.